Apoqnmatulti'k is Mi'kmaq for We Help Each Other. Our project name is also the principle that guides our work. Apoqnmatulti'k was created for a common goal: to increase our collective understanding of Jagej, Gado, and Bunamu in the Apoqnmatulti'k and Bidubal. Research at each study site is guided by two-eyed seeing.
Two-eyed seeing is what Elder Albert Marshall refers to as the gift of multiple perspectives that many Mi'kmaq people have. It's by embracing both ways of knowing, by embracing the Mi'kmaq value system and cultures and tradition, and also the Western science traditions, that we can use both of these together for the benefit of all.
With a fisherman or an indigenous knowledge holder, we want to understand what's in this water more than we care about how it's written. Although every single system matters, because if we don't pass our information through to the greater population, our information dies.
We worked with Mi'kmaq and local communities to co-develop and co-manage a research project to try and address what the community needs were in terms of answering the questions they felt were most important to be answered. We didn't start doing anything until we had assembled partners from Mi'kmaq communities, local fishers, academia, as well as the Department of Fisheries and Oceans to really understand the information gaps and how we could work together to fill them.
The study species were selected because of their cultural significance, importance as a food source for local communities and for the commercial fishery. Bunamu are also called frostfish because of their resistance to the cold. They move upriver to spawn during the winter. Detections from tagged tomcod indicate they generally remain in coastal areas and occasionally travel through open waters from the Minas Basin into the Shubenacadie River and its tributaries.
Knowing that we tagged a fish here in this river system, and then Mike picks up on one of his sensors down in Acadia, it's cool to see how this one little fish, how it's not the greatest swimmer, can travel from the Minas Basin up through the Shuby into this small little creek here, and then go back down to one of their sensors. So it's cool to see how we can all collaborate and we can all share that data together.
Gado are a highly significant species to the Mi'kmaq. They are harvested year-round as a rich food source and for medicinal value. Gado face threats such as habitat alteration and loss of migration routes. Through tracking the movements of tagged eel, we can better understand the extent and duration of their range.
I think it was really great to highlight and to document the importance of certain habitats to the American eel. So I think those were great projects to start with. And how we use that knowledge is, for at least for American eel, we hope to develop policies or to influence policies provincially and federally to protect some of that habitat.
Jagej are an important food source for the Mi'kmaq and have been for hundreds of years. However, little is known about how ecological conditions influence their movements.
I think it's really important that we understand how lobster move within the Bador Lakes, how our activities can impact the lobster population and its movements, and where we need to be in terms of some of those key harvesting areas and possibly even areas to let be for population regeneration.
Apoqnmatulti'k's purpose extends well beyond aquatic animal tracking and the collection of scientific data. It provides a scaffold for co-learning, equal participation, and building relationships and trust that reflect the treaties that encircle us all.
This one actually was the attempt to nail down best practices of working together, more so than producing the product. At the end of the study, it was about how do we engage, what's the proper etiquette to engage. We started the questions and we go right straight through to the final product.
It takes time to build those relationships. It takes time to understand both sides of the knowledge that's brought into this project. We had a huge learning curve with, listening and understanding and respecting. And we've had some bumps and bruises along the way, but You know, I think it just made our relationship stronger, and it made for a better partnership, and I think it made for a better project.
We need all the information we can possibly get in order to deal with the pressures facing ocean and aquatic ecosystems and their changes. Combining and using all knowledge available is critical. I mean, we are really at a critical point worldwide in terms of managing the sustainability of our fisheries and oceans.
Isa da meg da me ya. Ne agam sudwene. Sudwene get you do kasi mau ya bon ma do to this thing.